Well, hi everyone, and a warm welcome back to the channel. Dave here from the Caravantastic crew. First off, big thank you to all the new subscribers that have joined us, and thank you also to all of the existing subscribers for your continued support. Your subscription, which costs absolutely nothing, or your comment or thumbs up, really helps our channel to grow, and we appreciate it, so thank you. So this video is kind of under that heading of absolute beginners. We've got a few videos in the series now for absolute beginners, and I was contemplating actually what went through our own minds when we bought a caravan about 6 years ago, and some of the questions that we had ourselves. And then I researched what are the most asked questions that people have when they've either just bought or are considering buying a caravan. And some of the responses that I've researched were really quite surprising. They might not have necessarily been the questions that I would have had. In the main, there's probably a few obvious ones that spring to mind, but then there are obviously quite a lot of other questions that people have, and I can't fit them all into one video. So what I intended to do here was I'm going to knock out about half a dozen questions today. If you've got any questions in addition to what you've heard, pop them in a comment below, because I'm going to do a follow-up video with some of the other questions that I found and answers as well, obviously. And then we'll probably continue this series, so there might be even more of those frequently asked questions. So let's kick off with the very first question. Here we go. Do I need a special driving license to tow a caravan? And it's a one-word answer. No, you don't need a special license. You do need a full UK driving license, so you need to have passed your driving test, but you're no longer required to sit any further tests in order to tow your caravan. That changed on the 16th of December 2021, because prior to that you would have done, but no longer. As long as you've got a UK full driving license, you can tow a caravan. Now there is a limit in terms of weight as to what you can tow, and that maximum authorised mass, as it's referred to, the MAM, for towing any trailer actually, is 3,500 kilograms. So providing what you're towing is no more than 3,500 kilograms, then you're fine to tow a caravan. Most caravans will certainly fit within that. Not all of them do, and it depends what you've got in the caravan that adds to all of the weight. But that's a separate thing. We could do a video all about weight, and I probably will at some point. In the meantime, if you want to know more information about weights and caravans and cars and what's the right sort of towing vehicle, just keep searching on YouTube, because there are hundreds of them out there. I'll probably do one myself in the future. In this video, I'm not getting into all that finite detail. I'm just giving some straight answers to some of the questions that people have. So yeah, no special license required. Just make sure you pass your test. And then the next question that seems to come up a lot is, are caravans easy to tow? So are they easy to tow? Yes, they are. And with practice, as with anything that you do, your confidence builds, and actually you'll find it gets even easier. Some top tips I would give anyone though, whether you're experienced or just starting out, and that is really, it's all in the planning and the preparation. So before you get off and start towing your caravan, obviously you need to make sure it's hitched up correctly to the car. Again, that's a whole separate video in itself. So make sure the caravan is hitched up correctly and safe. Obviously make sure you've got your towing mirrors on, because your caravan is now suddenly quite a bit, or your car is a bit wider. The wing mirrors that you have on your car, you won't be able to see past the caravan, and it is a legal requirement to fit towing mirrors when you have a caravan on the back. So you will need the mirrors on there. And then plan your journey ahead. So before you get in the car and start towing, think about where it is that you intend to tow to, and how you're going to get there. What route are you going to take? Now, if like me you use a sat-nav, your sort of bog standard TomTom or factory fitted car sat-nav is no longer really suitable for the job, because you're towing something that's much longer, much bigger, higher, wider, etc. And you really don't want to be taking your caravan down some of these very narrow country lanes. So my recommendation would be to purchase a sat-nav that actually is purpose built for larger vehicles. Some people use ones that are designed for lorries. I've just bought one that I found online that's all set up for caravans and motorhomes, and I've had absolutely no problems with it whatsoever. The hardest bit probably is going to be reversing. In truth, You ought not to be doing too much reversing. You should be driving forward more than you're going backwards. But at times you will need to reverse, of course you will. That does take a little bit more practice. And I would recommend, if you possibly can, to try and do that, if you can get off-road somewhere, perhaps on a private bit of land where you can just practice your reversing. It will certainly help. The most practice you're ever going to get reversing is when you're reversing the caravan onto a pitch for the very first time. And don't worry, every person that tows a caravan has had to do this for the very first time and almost certainly made a muck-up of it. In fact, most people still do. There are not many great caravan reversers because, like I said, you don't do it very often. I personally have never sat any special training for towing a caravan and I've had no problems. Helen decided she wanted to go on a course and she signed up to a course with the Caravan and Motorhome Club and went away to a local training centre close to where we live. She came back full of beans, full of confidence, really enjoyed it, learnt lots, and she's towed the caravan. I tow most of the time, but she can and does tow occasionally as well. And take your time. Key things to remember when towing is your car will respond much differently now it's got a caravan on the back. It won't accelerate away as quick. It won't stop as quick when you hit the brakes because it's trying to be pushed along. So you will need to consider these things when pulling out at junctions. Make sure you're allowing plenty of space to get out don't try and nip out before a car comes. You've got, 20, 30 foot of caravan behind you, haven't you? So don't try and nip out before a car comes. Allow plenty of space for pulling off and also for braking as well. At junctions, just turn a bit wider. I tend to drive straight out of a junction a little bit before I turn, just so that I'm giving the curb a good wide berth with the caravan. I don't want to be curbing the wheels of the caravan, and that's what I do. I tend to be more to the centre of the road when I'm turning at a junction, and I drive out straight a little bit before I turn, always keeping within my lanes, but I just take everything that little bit wider and just take everything that little bit slower. Don't rush it, just take your time, and you'll soon find after a few trips out, just how easy towing a caravan is. So the next question that seemed to come up quite a bit is caravan insurance a legal requirement? So the quick answer to this one, again, strangely enough, is no, it's not a legal requirement to have caravan insurance, but I would highly recommend that you get it. So the rules are, your towing vehicle, of course, needs to be fully insured whilst you're on the road. Your caravan doesn't. But I think you'd be a mug not to get your caravan insured because there are all sorts of things that could happen to your caravan unintentionally, either on the road or off it. Storm damage would be one. Bad weather could easily cause damage to your caravan, even if you're not towing it or even if you're not on a caravan site. So if you've got that sort of damage, you're going to have to claim, otherwise you're going to be forking out a lot of money. Fire damage, accidental collision damage, all sorts of stuff like that. It's well worth you having that separate insurance for your caravan. And what I would recommend is if you're a member of the Caravan and Motorhome Club or the Camping and Caravan Club or any other club for that matter, just investigate on their websites the best sort of cover to take out, and they will recommend and probably give you some very good offers as well on caravan insurance. So not a legal requirement, but I would recommend that you get some. Now this is a strange one that popped up quite a bit. Do I need a TV license for my caravan? I personally, when I go away in the caravan, the last thing I want to do is watch telly. In fact, I don't watch a lot of TV at home, but we're all different. And when I'm on site, I can hear the TVs blasting out either in the awning or in the caravan. People seem to drive hundreds of miles to sit in their caravan and watch the telly. That's their choice. That's absolutely fine. So do you need a TV license? Well, if you've got a TV license at home, you will not require a TV license to watch TV in your caravan. Caveat. There's always a caveat, isn't there? And the caveat is, if you're a full-timer living in a caravan or a motorhome or a van conversion of any kind, then if you're a full-timer, you will need to purchase a TV license to watch normal TV. Now, the law says that you need to be covered by a TV license to watch or record programs that are being shown on TV or on any channel. You will need a TV license to watch or stream programs live on an online TV service, such as ITV Hub or All4 or YouTube or Amazon Prime or Now TV, Sky Go, those sorts of things. You need a license to watch those if you're streaming them. You also need a license to download or watch any BBC programmes on BBC iPlayer. Now this applies to any device that you use, including a TV, desktop computer, laptop, mobile phone, tablet, games console, digital box, etc. You only need one TV license per household, even if you use more than one of the devices already mentioned. So kind of that's the law really. You don't need one for your caravan if you've got one at home. Now loads of people are going to say, there are ways around it. There are ways of watching TV without having a license. Well, I've never investigated those ways of watching TV without a license because I'd rather not fall foul of the law. Just to be on the safe side, we've got a TV license. And so that's the simple answer to the question. If you've got one, you don't need another one for your caravan, unless you're full timing. Next one up, does a caravan need to have road tax or an MOT? No, a caravan does not need to have road tax, and you can also legally park your caravan on a road, strangely enough. In fact, where I live, I see lots of caravans parked at the side of the road, which always amazes me, but not everyone has a house with a drive or anywhere that they can store their caravans. So lots of caravans you might see parked at the side of the road and wonder, is it legal? The answer is yeah, it is legal to park your caravan at the side of the road. In terms of the MOT, no MOT required for a caravan, but it is a towing vehicle. You're taking it down the roads, the highways and the byways at speeds of up to 60 miles an hour on dual carriageways and motorways. So why would you not want to make sure that it's in good order? So although no MOT test is required, what I would fully recommend is an annual service for the caravan. We have ours done every year without fail. Cost will vary depending on who you use, but I would suggest somewhere between £200 and £300 is probably about the sort of money that you're looking at. And it is well worth getting it done because a qualified service engineer, caravan service engineer, who's almost certainly going to be mobile, will come to your property or your caravan if you've got it sited somewhere else and conduct a thorough service. The sorts of things they will do is check all the gas systems are working correctly. They'll check all your tyres and check all your brakes. They'll check so whether there's any damp in your caravan. They'll do electrical tests. They'll test that the hitch is all working correctly as it should be. They'll check the body of the caravan inside and out, the A-frame, etc. They are thorough tests, and what you will get then from a qualified engineer is a document, a service document with details of exactly what they have done, and also you'll get some kind of probably a sticker or your service book stamped as well. And even in our case, our engineer, he goes online to Swift. Our caravans are Sterling, but they're owned by Swift, and he will log online that that particular caravan was serviced on this date. So a good thing to do, because I've got complete peace of mind when towing the caravan. I know everything's in good order. And the big thing, of course, is tyres. Probably worth a separate video in itself, but there are plenty out there already. The tyres on your caravan are so important. If your tyres are between 5 and 7 years old, they need to be changed. Okay, don't have old tyres on a caravan. They might look good. The tread will last for years on a caravan. They will look good, but they're not, I can assure you. Between 5 and 7 years, get those tyres changed, including the spare that's probably never ever been used. If it's more than 7 years old, no. So final question this time around is, how do I set up my caravan on a pitch? I'm not going to go into detail as to all the things you need to do in terms of getting that caravan level, because you do need to make sure your caravan's level on pitch, otherwise you're going to have an uncomfortable stay. And there are lots of videos on YouTube about that. I will definitely do something separately at some point in the future, but just to say, get your caravan level. Doesn't take long. It's really quick and easy. And as with all this stuff, you do it once or twice, and it's just like water off a duck's back, like riding a bike. Once you've done it, you get quite au fait at setting the thing up. But look at the picture that's on screen now. This is from the Caravan and Motorhome Club site, and this is how they like you to pitch on their sites. So if the caravan's reversed onto the pitch, then the offside or the driver's side, your caravan needs to be reversed up to the pitch post. Okay, there's always a post on your pitch, the offside rear of the van needs to be towards that pitch as per the diagram here, okay? You don't always have to have your caravan reversed in because you may have a fabulous view behind you that you want to look at. That's fine. Just you'll have to turn the caravan around. You may need a motor mover. Another video for that as well. As you look at your caravan from the roadside, then on the pitch, your car needs to be to the left of your caravan, and then any canopy or sun awning to the right. That's the general rule of thumb actually for most sites that I've been on, whether it's Caravan and Motorhome Club, Camping and Caravan Club, most private sites. And the reason that the clubs want you to pitch in this way is to avoid the spread of fire. There must be at least 6 metres between the facing walls of adjacent outfits. A caravan or motorhome is often referred to as an outfit, and 3 metres of space in any direction. So that's the reason why they like you to pitch like that. The outfit being the caravan or the motorhome, there needs to be that 6 metre gap between them. So there you have it, just 6 of the most asked questions frequently asked by newbie caravanners or motorhomers. There are lots more. I'll probably do a follow-up video, like I said at the beginning, with even more questions. But if you've got a specific question that you'd like to ask, stick it in the comments below and I'll see if I can include that in the follow-up video that we do. Thank you very much for watching. Hope you've enjoyed the video and we'll catch you in the next one. Bye for now.